Hello and welcome to the Dragon Shed, well, the Dragon Living Room, for the last and first video of this year. For Pete's sake, I can't do this without. Hello and welcome to a very misty London for the first monthly report of the Dragon Shed, well, the Dragon Living Room at present. This is going to be the first video or the last video of the year, depending on which year you're presently in. So yeah, so far Christmas was interesting. The typical kind of family gatherings and that kind of thing, and not drinking too much. So I don't do alcohol much more. Christmas passes me by. I don't have children. I don't feel Christmassy as such. I think everyone else does. I think because I've had issues with mental health and depression, that kind of Christmas is not as high as it used to be. Same as my birthday, I don't feel like celebrating anymore because I'm too old, I think. Old and jaded by the world. But anyway, Santa was quite nice to me this year. He's got me a new camera and a tripod to go with, and new memory card so that I can keep two cameras running. That being said, my old camera now seems to only want to hold about, or to record for about 2 minutes. Even after kind of an hour's worth of charging, it only holds 2 minutes, and works 2 minutes, which is aggravating, annoying. It's caused everything to be a little bit different before the new boy turns up. So yeah, I'm not going to bin it because it's still usable. I think possibly because I kept this outside for quite some time in the cold, that may have affected the battery. So I'm hoping that keeping it indoors and charging it a few times indoors, it should hopefully recover. If not, then I've got something for 2 minute, 1 minute bits and pieces to do, hopefully. So the new camera is a Panasonic, and reading the instructions, it looks quite interesting. I haven't yet had a chance to really use it, so that's coming up. A lot of videos coming up this month will be done on the old camera because I started them before Christmas. So this one should be coming out February time, and yeah, that's going to be an interesting learning curve. It's a lot more complicated than this one. Right, so my first video is going to be my first set of resolutions for the year. I used to do this way back when I was quite young and optimistic, and every year I'd work out things that I needed to do that year and list them, and I'd stick to that, and that'd be my plan for the year. I haven't done it in a while, so this is kind of working on that idea. So I've picked up my editing notepad. This one I have to keep track of all the clips I've got to do to make my videos. So that I'm now going to kind of multitask it into a complete kind of shed organisation kind of pad. It's going to be interesting. I've worked out what I'm doing so far for January, and everything else is in post-it form on the cover here. So that's those things to be worked out. So my resolutions for this year, I was going to go for 10, but 10 never worked, so I'm going for 5 because that seems nice a round number. Not with drink, but with weight loss. More than 10 years ago now, I started to lose weight, and I lost a little bit and then flew back on again. About 5 years ago, I started again with a different mindset, because I originally I did a cabbage soup diet thing, which was evil for a week, but it was great because I lost half a stone. But those sort of things, as soon as you go back on regular food, it comes back on again. So I did Slim Fast, I did the soup diet, so you're counting numbers, counting stuff. That just doesn't work for me. So 5 years ago, I changed my mindset. I don't use the D word anymore, because that's kind of, as soon as you say diet, people think, oh no treats, no fun, no nothing, just eat green food, it'll be fine. So it's kind of healthy eating rather than a diet. And kind of the main things you do are reduce your portion size, and that's easier to do if you use a smaller plate. So you look like you filled up the plate, but you haven't, because it's that much smaller, which is easier to do. Not eating after about 6:30, because that kind of sits in your stomach and doesn't go anywhere. No treats between meals, and allowing yourself a treat per day. So it's not like a huge lump of cake. It's kind of a small chocolate bar or something once a day. That's fine. So that way, in the last 5 years or so, I've gone down 3 dress sizes, which is a great success. And it's stayed off, which is even better. I'm not sacrificing. I'm not one of those. I'm not driving to get down to a certain size as such. It's just getting to a point where I'm comfortable. So in the last 5 years or so, I've got down 3 dress sizes to a point where I can buy stuff in shops. I buy clothes in shops rather than having to order them out of certain catalogues for people that require large sizes. So that, about kind of 8-9 months ago, it kind of plateaued. So I now want to get back onto that wagon, as it were, and get back down a bit more. And doing it this way, it came on slow, so it's coming off slow, and it's staying on. There are obviously variations during kind of this time of year, but for the rest of the time, it's just levelly going down, which is a lot healthier than crash dieting and 5-2 fasting and all that kind of stuff. So overall, it's better. Do it that way, and walk the dog, go swimming, do activities, and just kind of bring everything down slowly. So, healthy way to do it. And the doctor says it's okay. I've got coursework for my degree. I've got I'm a trainer and a member of St John Ambulance. I'm obviously doing these and doing the website for it. And I'm also the go-to person in the family for babysitting or projects or whatever. So I need to be more organised. So far it's been every essay I've done in the last 3 days before it needs to go in. Even though I've done all the reading and whatever, I've actually written the essay in the last 3 days, which is not the way to go. Not ideal at all. So I need to get that sorted out and learn to say no, really. People keep laying projects on you, say, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do that. And so, yeah, I can do it, but I don't particularly want to because I've got other things to do. So I need to be organised and get everything sorted. And I think every video I've put on here so far, I've had my web address at the end. But I know full well that I haven't made anything for that web address on the website for the last 4 years. So I need to get that sorted out as well. So that's the next bit of the project, really. Now that covers a whole range of things. A fair amount of my scroll solving is still awful. My lines are awful, and I'm not doing it as much as I really should to get a better line, better cut. My cooking's always okay, so that's fine. And my 3-minute skills, a lot of those have been things that I haven't done in years, or that I did some time ago, and I'm rusty. I'm trying to teach you how to do something that I'm rusty. Not ideal. So I need to get myself better at those things, and better at doing the videos. At the minute, these little titles I'm throwing in are made on Paint, because I can't work my head around the way this editing software puts captions on, because I just can't do that. So I want to be able to do that, and more things that are kind of slightly more impressive on videos. And as I'm planning to do a outtakes video around about October time, because that's kind of 100 videos down, I'm going to need to learn how to put a beep on, because a fair amount of the outtakes bits I've got require some beepage, because I don't want you to hear the language that I'm using when I'm upset. So there's that to work on. The original idea with 3-minute skills was to teach vital skills or teach skills that aren't taught anymore in schools or whatever. So that was the plan, then it went a little bit haywire. So I'm going to try and lean more towards useful skills for crafters and for working in general. I'm going to try and include things that relate to what I'm doing. So I'm going to do a 2-minute skill on essay writing, which sounds utterly boring. And to be frank, it could be. But I'm looking at it at the level of GCSE, which is kind of secondary school, which is where you really need to learn how to write a decent essay and kind of the mentality behind it. Because an essay isn't just write down your thoughts, it's write them down with reasoning. So that's what I'm going to try and do for a 3-minute skill for January. I don't mind if you give me thumbs down for it, just watch it and hopefully it helps with everything, because as soon as you learn the basic skill of essay writing, you can carry it on up through A levels and degree and master where you really need it. You need the real kind of essay and referencing thing. So, and also as kind of part of being useful, in September there's going to be no project videos. It's going to be first aid. I'm going to do a 4-part first aid course, and that should cover everything from CPR down to kind of more basic stuff. Because I've been a trainer for St John for 8 years now, and I'd like to see it out in the world, and I like to see the real world stuff out in the world. So that's the plan for September. Okay. Now, as I'm doing this video, I've got about 6, which isn't great. I've got plenty of people watching, but only 6 subscribers, so I'm going to do all I can to push my videos, tweet them, Facebook, tempted to get onto Tumblr and things like that, but they're a little bit strange, so I might not do that. But just trying to get them out in the world, because I've got more people watching and subbing hopefully. And commenting, I want your comments, I want your ideas. I need them. It's a two-way relationship, this thing. You know, there's no point in me making these if I'm not getting any kind of response. So I'm going to be a needy artist now. So I want you to call me and contact me and say things are stupid, things are not stupid things. I see these other guys and they're getting 600-700 comments within half hour of the video going up, which would be fabulous, which I don't expect. But to get 2 or 3 per video would be great, just as a starting point. Hopefully that's going to come up and increase in the time. So, in terms of being organised, my first thing to do this year is my screenplay. That sounds really pretentious, really quite. This is not a vanity project, this is coursework for one of my modules on my degree. So, I've got a screenplay to do on the first Thursday of the year, and then an essay on modernist poetry on the second Thursday. So that is my priority for the minute. So that may delay the next video to come out, but hopefully it won't do. So videos for this month. On the 4th of January is, which should be a scroll saw, but obviously not, because the scroll saw is still packed away. So it's a continuation of the chess set project, which is, this month will be the board, which is an interesting experience because I managed to get a large lump of veneer stuck underneath my thumbnail, which I believe is used as a form of torture, or was at least, using bamboo. But that was an interesting experience, as was trying to get it removed by my dad with correct reasons. So we're not doing that. So the 11th of January is Dragon Food, which will be cream buttons, which are a type of biscuit which is made in a very odd way. But it's fabulous. They're really quite nice. Really quite lovely. And they can stay in the freezer until they're needed, so they're not constantly kind of calling to you from the cupboard. 3-minute skill on the 18th is probably going to be essay writing. Don't know. If I can get it to be interesting enough, then I'll do that one. I might save that one for later, but we'll see. And at the end of the month, on the 25th, the project for January was actually the project for December, which was Iron Secret Santa. And I made a little box with mited corners, which are so wonky. You could get more wonky. There's no straight angle on this box. And a bangle bracelet using the veneer and CA glue technique, which is interesting but expensive. So, yeah. So I'll see you again on the 4th, or thereabouts.